Sunita, even though Sonia Gandhi had earlier, when she was asked this very same question, said that the agitation would go on, what are your sources telling you on moves to revoke the suspension of the 25 MPs?
Well, it seems that from, the Speaker's office, what we can report definitely is that the Speaker's office is looking at various options, that they're looking at what is the procedure. And in fact, they even went on to say that someone has to move a formal proposal for the revocation of their expulsion. I also spoke to the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, who also confirmed to us that various proposals are coming because I asked him specifically, sir, our back channel talks on about revocation of this expulsion, because as you know, even various MPs from across party lines, BJP, which hasn't supported Congress, which has been attending Parliament. We saw one of their MPs, Sadagat Satpathy, yesterday speak in Parliament and say that it's not proper, that this is an extreme measure and this is not a very democratic measure of expelling 25 MPs. And so what we are being told is that the Speaker's office is going through it. However, there is a little less time because they've been suspended for 5 days. So if anything happens, it has to happen by the end of the day today. So they are looking at who will move this. However, Mr. Venkaiah Naidu, the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, has also pointed out one thing. He said, well, we want the House to run. We want the suspension to be taken away. The only thing is that there should be an assurance from that side that they will allow the House to run, which the Congress seems averse to doing. So it can be worked out. And it also seems that precedents, in order to justify their position, we are also getting some other, for instance, they're pointing out, while some people pointed out that the Congress also suspended Telangana MPs. However, that was on a smaller figure than the figure that we're seeing right now of 25 MPs. They point out how in 1988, when H.K.L. Bhagat was the Parliamentary Affairs Minister, at that time, about 60 opposition MPs were suspended, and for 10 days at that time. So they're pointing out how it is not the first time that such a measure has been taken. At that time as well, no revoking was done. But what we can say that at this time, some efforts are being made to make sure that this 25 MPs revocation happens. They're saying that someone has to move an official resolution. We'll just wait and see who does that.
Just picking up from what you were saying about Venkaiah Naidu, Sunita, is the government looking for an assurance that the House will run if that resolution is put forward?
That's right. What they're saying is that at the moment, he's already confirmed to us that some back-channel diplomacy is working. He said that some well-wishers of these MPs did come to us. So they're saying we are talking to them. So he confirmed the fact that some mediation is happening. However, what the government is also looking at, because you see what the Speaker's office is saying is that there are two parties involved, the government and the opposition. So someone has to move from the government side or from the Congress's side, has to move that we move the resolution that these 25 MPs, that the suspension is too severe. So can the Speaker please revoke that suspension? So for the government to move that, some kind of resolution like that, they are looking at some assurances that they will allow GST to go through and other legislation, and for the House to function, which it hasn't been functioning. And as you can see from the pictures that are coming in of Lok Sabha, these are really dwindled numbers. In Rajya Sabha, which is where there has not been any suspension, you still see a lot of adjournments happening. The houses are hardly functioning. So they are open to moving this kind of resolution, but they are also looking for assurances. Will Congress give these assurances? That's something we have to just wait and see.
Smita Chaudhary reporting there on possible moves to revoke the suspension of the 25 suspended Congress MPs.